Hello everyone, I'm Kapila here, your English teacher, and today we'll take up the lesson The Tsunami from the book Honeydew. Now we all know about natural disasters. You have typhoons, you have hurricanes, you have the natural fires that occur there in the jungles, and all must have heard about the fire that was recently there in Australia. Similarly, you have the tsunami that may occur due to earthquakes that are there under the ocean or volcanic eruptions or many such astronomic phenomena. Now here in this chapter, we have the short experiences, short narrations of people who have survived from the tsunami of 2004 that struck Thailand and Andaman and Nicobar Islands, right? We have the stories of those people. So we'll go through them and we'll experience what pain and what all challenges did those people face. Let's begin. A tsunami is a very large and powerful wave caused by earthquakes under the sea. On 26 December 2004, a tsunami hit Thailand and parts of India such as the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Tamil Nadu coast. Here are some stories of courage and survival. Now we'll begin with part 1 of the chapter. These stories are all from the Andaman and Nicobar archipelago. Archipelago is a group of islands. Ignatius was the manager of a cooperative society in Kachal. So Ignatius is the name of the person. His wife woke him up at 6 a.m. because she felt an earthquake. Ignatius carefully took his television set off its table and put it down on the ground so that it would not fall and break. Then the family rushed out of the house. So, if there is any earthquake or shaking, we are often instructed to rush out of the house. So, he also rushed out of the house. When the tremors stopped, tremors is the shaking, they saw the sea rising. In the chaos and confusion, two of his children caught hold of the hands of their mother's father and mother's brother. Right? That is, mother's father is Nana and mother's brother is Mama. So they caught hold of their hands and rushed in the opposite direction. He never saw them again because the sea had risen and the water had swept all over the land. So they must have, gone away with the water. His wife was also swept away. She also swept away with the flow of the water. Only the 3 other children who came with him were saved. So this is the survival story of Ignatius. And where was it? It was in Kachal, right? The island there. Now the next story is about Sanjeev, a policeman. Serving in the Kachal island of the Nicobar group of islands, he somehow managed to save himself, his wife and his baby daughter from the waves. But then he heard cries for help from the wife of John, the guest house cook. Sanjeev jumped into the water to rescue her, but they both were swept away. So he was so courageous. In the beginning only it was told that these are the stories of courage and survival. So it is not so that all the people survived. Some of them were courageous. Like Sanjeev was courageous enough to go to save the wife of the cook, but he could not save the wife also and himself also, but he was courageous. So this story is an example of the courage that was shown by Sanjeev during that tsunami. Next story, 13-year-old Meghna was swept away along with her parents and 77 other people. She spent 2 days floating in the sea, holding on to a wooden door. 11 times she saw relief helicopters overhead, but they did not see her. So the helicopters were there, but the people from the helicopters were not able to see her. She was brought to the shore by a wave. So she came on the side, on the land there at the shore, and that was through a wave only, that a wave must have lashed, and riding on the waves he came to the shore, to the land, and was found walking on the seashore in a daze. So for days she was there on the sea, holding that wooden dove, and she was in a daze. She was unconsciously walking there on the seashore. Next story is of Almas Javed. Almas Javed was 10 years old. She was a student of Carmel Convent in Port Blair, where her father had a petrol pump. Her mother Rahila's home was in Nankauri Island. The family had gone there to celebrate Christmas. So Almas was there living in Port Blair, but they had come to Nankauri Island to celebrate Christmas at their Nani's place. When the tremors came early in the morning, the family was sleeping. Almas's father saw the sea water recede. Recede is moving back. First the water moves back and then it rises up and comes. So the father had seen the water receding, moving back. He understood that the water would come rushing back with great force. He woke everyone up and tried to rush them to a safer place. So because he understood that if the water is going back, it will come up again with great force. So he woke all of them up and he wanted to take them to a safe place. As they ran, her grandfather was hit on the head by something and he fell down. Her father rushed to help him. Then came the first giant wave that swept both of them away. So Almas's father and his Nana both were swept away with the giant wave that came. That was the first wave. Almas's mother and aunts stood clinging to the leaves of a coconut tree, calling out to her. A wave uprooted the tree and they too were washed away. So the mother and the aunts, that is Masis, they were all clinging to they had hold tightly the coconut tree, the leaves of the coconut tree, and they were clinging to it. They were sticking to it very tightly. But one wave, it uprooted. So the whole tree came out and they were also swept away with the water. Almas saw a log of wood floating. Okay, the wood log that was floating there in the water. She climbed onto it, then she fainted. When she woke up, she was in a hospital in Kamota. From there, she was brought to Port Blair. The little girl does not want to talk about the incident with anyone. She is still traumatized. So this is the story of a survival, right? She's still in trauma and she doesn't want to talk to anyone about that incident because she has lost everyone in that incident. Now we have true and false here in the exercise. Let's do that. Ignatius lost his wife, 2 children, his father-in-law and his brother-in-law in the tsunami. True. It is true because only Ignatius was left with 3 children that held his hand. Sanjeev made it to safety after the tsunami. This is false because Sanjeev had died along with the cook's wife. Meghna was saved by a relief helicopter. This is false. Meghna was found walking on the seashore in a daze, in an unconscious state. She was found walking there. Almas's father realized that a tsunami was going to hit the island. True. That is why he had asked all the people to get up and go to a safe place. Her mother and aunts were washed away with the tree that they were holding on to. True. Now let us take part 2 of the chapter. This is about Tilly Smith. Tilly Smith, a British schoolgirl, was able to save many lives when the tsunami struck Phuket Beach in Thailand. Though she has won a number of awards, her parents have not allowed their daughter to be interviewed on television and made into a heroine. Why do you think they took that decision? Because she must be traumatized. Remember that girl Almas Javed who lost everybody there in the tsunami? She also doesn't want to talk to anyone because of the trauma that she had undergone through that incident of tsunami. So similar must be the case with Tilly Smith also. Let's read the experience here. Now here's a story from Thailand. The Smith family from southeast England was celebrating Christmas at a beach resort in southern Thailand. Tilly Smith was a 10-year-old schoolgirl. Her sister was 7 years old. Their parents were Penny and Colin Smith. So this is the introduction to the family. It was 26 December 2004. Deadly tsunami waves were already on their way. They had been triggered by a massive earthquake of northern Sumatra earlier that morning. So there was an earthquake, a massive one there in northern Sumatra, and because of that it had affected the sea or the ocean. The water was swelling and kept coming in, Penny Smith remembered. The beach was getting smaller and smaller. I didn't know what was happening. So this was the observation that was done by Penny. Penny observed that the beach was getting smaller and smaller, water was swelling and overtaking every piece of land that was there. But Tilly Smith sensed that something was wrong. Her mind kept going back to a geography lesson she had taken in England just 2 weeks before she flew out to Thailand with her family. So Tilly, when she observed this, she kept on being reminded of the lesson that was taken by her geography teacher just 2 weeks before they had come to Thailand. So there was a geography class, and in that she must have seen something that was what she was reminded of. Tilly saw the sea slowly rise and start to foam, bubble and form whirlpools. She remembered that she had seen this in class in a video of a tsunami that had hit the Hawaiian Islands in 1946. So her teacher must have shown her a video there of the tsunami of 1946 that hit the Hawaiian Islands. So she had seen whirlpools over there. She had seen that the sea had started to foam. There were bubbles and all those characteristics were there in Thailand also. Her geography teacher had shown her class the video and told that tsunamis can be caused by earthquakes, volcanoes and landslides. So she was told about tsunamis there. Tilly started to scream at her family to get off the beach. She talked about an earthquake under the sea. She got more and more hysterical. She became mad and she just started shouting. Why? Because she knew it was a tsunami, as the teacher had shown the video and she had recalled the video. She started shouting and screaming hysterically there on the beach. Said her mother Penny, I didn't know what a tsunami was, but seeing my daughter so frightened, I thought something serious must be going on. So Penny did not know about tsunami, anything, the mother of Tilly. But because Tilly was so frightened, she took her seriously. Tilly's parents took her and her sister away from the beach to the swimming pool at the hotel. A number of other tourists also left the beach with them. Then it was as if the entire sea had come after them. I was screaming, run! So everybody was there rushing inside the hotel and they moved towards the swimming pool of the hotel, and it appeared as if the whole sea had come there towards the beach. The family took refuge. Refugees took shelter there in the 3rd floor of the hotel. The building withstood the surge of 3 tsunami waves. That means the building was able to face 3 slashes of huge tsunami waves. Okay, the force of the tsunami waves, 3 big huge waves, it was able to withstand, hold. It was able to face that, bear that. If they had stayed on the beach, they would have not been alive, right? So it was lucky of Tilly to have remembered that video and screamed and shouted, and lucky of the mother also to believe Tilly, and that they had run and come to the 3rd floor of the hotel. The Smiths later met other tourists who had lost entire families. Thanks to Tilly and her geography lesson, they had been forewarned. So because she had remembered the geography lesson, before any loss could have been done to them, they were warned. A warning was issued to them by the remembrance of that video that she had seen earlier. Tilly went back to her school in England and told her classmates her terrifying tale. Obviously, the whole of the ambience was terrified at that time. So she told that tale to her friends over there. Now, let us do the comprehension check questions. Why did Tilly's family come to Thailand? Tilly's family had come to Thailand to celebrate Christmas. What were the warning signs that both Tilly and her mother saw? Tilly and her mother saw foams, bubbles and whirlpools, and they saw as if the sea was overtaking the beach. Right? These were the warning signs. Do you think Tilly's mother was alarmed by them? Tilly's mother was not alarmed by them, but yes, she was alarmed by the scream and the fright that was there seen in her daughter, and she took it seriously, and that is why they took refuge there on the 3rd floor of the hotel. Where had Tilly seen the sea behaving in the same strange fashion? Tilly had seen the sea behaving in the same strange fashion in the video of the tsunami that occurred in 1946 and hit the Hawaiian Islands, that was shown by her geography teacher in the class. Where did the Smith family and the others on the beach go to escape from the tsunami? The Smith family and the others on the beach went to the 3rd floor on the swimming pool in the hotel to save themselves from the tsunami. How do you think a geography teacher felt when he heard about what Tilly had done in Phuket? I am a teacher and I know how proud the geography teacher must have felt. She would have been overwhelmed that she actually practiced the knowledge. She took it into practice there. The knowledge that was imparted there in the classroom did not confine in the classroom. Rather, practically she used that knowledge and she saved the lives of so many people. So she would have felt proud and overwhelmed, and she would be satisfied that the knowledge that was imparted was used by the child there.